The First Approach to World Guardianship by Vera Stanley Alder, from the summer 1957 edition of The Vegan. As pioneers in the vanguard of practical idealism, the vegans are continually broadening their outlook and taking in new vistas and horizons on the path that lies ahead. In this quickly changing world extreme, flexibility of viewpoint is essential, for truth is an ever-changing phenomenon because the truth is alive. It is not a set of dead facts which can be pinned down and preserved. It is the living essence behind outward manifestation. An inspired seeker, therefore, goes for the hidden core of his subject and comes face to face with realization in the realm where no words are. In our search for the truth about the new equality of guardianship, which is emerging amongst mankind, we will have to recognise that this is the way of life, which at the same time explains and reveals life to us. For essentially, it is the expression of love, that impersonal love, which shines as does the sun, heart of our universe, equally upon all creatures. Impersonal love, by which we mean love free from the self, goes out to another with one thought only, the good of that other. It therefore identifies itself with that other so perfectly that all its needs, aspirations and difficulties are clearer than one's own. Such love, which in its action we call guardianship, becomes clairvoyant, intuitive, inspired, what you will. The point is, it gets to know. It brings wisdom. In our study of guardianship, we will seek for our true relationship to each of the kingdoms of nature. There is the first kingdom, the so-called lowest, which we name the mineral kingdom. Then there is the second in appearance, the plant kingdom, which was followed by the third, the animal kingdom. The fourth to appear was the human kingdom, and the last of which we became aware of was the fifth, or spiritual kingdom. It is perhaps wrong to consider any kingdom as higher or lower, merely at different stages or achieving a different task. In some ways, the intelligence of a cell in a body of a man far surpasses his own, and certain insects such as ants practiced the arts of agriculture aeons before men knew anything about it. The kingdoms of nature are all independent, taking from and giving to each other in a wonderful process which we call symbiosis. If we isolate any portion of our study or neglect any other, we will remain forever outside true realization and real mastery of our subject. So although we divide our search into categories, we will find that the powers of guardianship depend upon our understanding of the interactions and repercussions inherent between all grades of life. Furthermore, in all humility, we may assume that God's plans depend on our cooperation, just as we depend for our progress upon the quality of our own bodily cells. Man stands in a remarkable position in the earthly scheme. His nature and his activities constitute a place of meeting for all the other kingdoms. In a way, he is the hub in the wheel of creation, and the intermediary between all living things. His power to produce effects for good or bad amongst all the creatures and the elements of the planet has recently been shown up in all its terrible potentiality. He is, in fact, the cornerstone of God's blueprint of progress and growth. His future is one of mystery and glory as yet unimagined. Therefore, in our study of guardianship of the kingdoms, we must begin with the human kingdom, the kingpin of the whole pattern. For the first thing that man should learn is the truth about himself, and the way in which he can exert guardianship over himself, which is his first responsibility. This, when discovered, will give him the clue to his relationship with all of the kingdoms. How can we discover the secret of ourselves? Throughout history, messiahs and teachers have appeared to enlighten us as to the way we should go. Their teachings have resulted in rather crystallized orthodox religions and creeds, behind which, however, the essence, the truth, still remains for those who seek it. The ancient Egyptians taught that the world teacher, the ever-coming one, appears every 2,000 or so years to indicate humanity's next step along the path of progress. Those of us who are Christians believe, in this connection, that the return of the Christ lies definitely ahead. Under the name of Maitreya, the Buddhists also look for such a return. It would seem that we have the immense responsibility of preparing for such an event. This will entail the purifying of our bodies so that our heightened vibrations may be enabled to recognise and support the lofty impact. The vegans and similar groups around the world are pressing forward, even if unconsciously, in this preparation. What a wonderful day it will be when the magnitude of their goal finally dawns upon them. So the first part of our study should be to ascertain the practice of guardianship over the self, mind, heart and body. We will find that we are promptly brought face to face with our blood guiltiness towards the animal kingdom, upon which hangs our world economy and social life, and upon which depends our treatment of the other kingdoms also. Whilst determining, therefore, what should be our relationship with the animal kingdom, we will perforce bring our utter exploitation of the plant kingdom under review. In our search for the right way of making restitution and restoration, we will be faced with our complete abuse of the soil, and brought up against our responsibility towards the mineral kingdom, which includes the stupendous problem of atomic energy. The mineral kingdom embraces, of course, the elements of air, fire, water and earth, all of which we have been brazenly polluting and disrupting. When, after much fascinating exploration, we have discerned a way of living which will demonstrate guardianship instead of exploitation towards all of God's created world, a great mystery will be revealed to us. We will have discovered the nature of the fruits which we, the human kingdom, are able to offer to the fifth kingdom in nature, the spiritual kingdom. We will understand at last our true relationship to the hierarchy of angels, archangels, and all the company of heaven.